Okay, so now I'm back out in the van, Ruby, and I have a curtain. Again, didn't even think to turn on the camera while I was putting the curtain on the rod, which is probably good because I ran into some pretty significant challenges and I probably wasn't using appropriate language for YouTube because, yeah, all my fault. Like my stitching and how big of a hole I made for the rod to go through wasn't almost barely big enough. I had to shove it on. Anyway, yeah, so I had problems getting the curtain on the curtain rod, the half that I sewed. And anyway, I figured out how to do it. I took the end caps off the rod and had to force it on. And then I almost lost the spring and the screw to the rod because it's one of those adjustable ones that you have to use a screwdriver to adjust. And oh, I was not happy. Anyway, I got it done. So I'm gonna let you see how I can get it put up. Hopefully it's not too challenging. So I'll try to remember I'm on camera, and if not, I have to edit some things out. So I'll turn the camera around and show you what I'm doing. So that's the curtain I have right now. And I decided, I think I'm gonna leave it. I mean, because there's another idea I have for when the dogs sleep up there. If it's not too cold, I want them to still sleep up there, and I may use that curtain in another way. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it there or try to figure out how to. I have an idea though, so I'm going to try it out. I'll try it out with you. If it's too dumb, then I'll probably edit it all out. Let me see if I can set you up here. All right. So hopefully you can see well enough to see what I'm doing. Okay. Kind of have a mess in here again because that's what happens when I'm. Oh. First thing is get it the right direction. First, I have to see it where I want to put the old one. Sorry about me being in the way. I don't know. Maybe that's not going to work. I'll try to leave enough space for you to see what I'm doing. So up here I have this one. I'm going to move it forward. I'm going to put one behind the other. And what I think I'm going to do for the dogs is use this curtain to go over their seat like that, and it's not going to be perfect coverage for them, but I think it will help. It'll help hold some of the heat in their seat. Let me get you and show you this. So what I'm trying to do is if they're sleeping in here together, when they get cold, they get together. So they'll huddle in there. And I'm hoping to maybe get a bigger dog car seat. I can find one cheap, so that both fit better, because otherwise one of them sleeps here. And so I'm thinking this curtain will help keep some heat in, since heat rises, keep them a little warmer in there. Also kind of conceal them. And then this one will go over and cover whatever's on the seat. That way if I'm stealth camping and someone does peek in enough to see, that it'll be harder for them to see what's there. And then I'll put the new curtain up. So this is kind of in the way, but so before I put it up, I'll show you that this is what I was fighting with. I was fighting with this, and I had to take the end cap off to get this on, because see how tight it is. It went on without that with some fighting. But then I almost lost this because these came out. I had to search all over the house for those. The living room. So let's see if we can get this put up. See, this side is the regular side that I didn't have to. It was already, because I cut it in half. But I'm trying to, I want to turn this so that that part is in the back. And then this one will go in here. And then I have to get it to adjust more. Okay. Oh, see, these come off. They're not meant to do that. Trying to pull it out. And this is in the way, which I meant to throw away anyway. Or recycle it. My chronic pain has been flaring up because I got sick for a couple days with it. I got it out. Now I gotta tighten it. Now it's in, it's tight. Over a little bit more. There. So that's it. I cut it short. I didn't really want it just dragging around. So this is going to work. I didn't sew this. I'm not sure. I don't think it. I'll probably just cut all the strings and hopefully it won't come apart. I didn't want to take any more length off of it, but this, now, I still have to tighten the screw. But now I can close this up all the way. It'll hold some more heat in. So it's nice and light on this side. So it doesn't feel too dark. But it'll keep the light out and the heat out and keep my warmth in more than the other one. So, added the curtain. I might have to sew up the ends, which wouldn't take much to do. So I'll have to see about that. But that's the curtain. Done. There. I got them all tucked away for now. So when I'm out on the road, I can just pull them down, do what I want with them. And that way, if I don't want a heavy curtain, I can only use the brown one, or I can only use the black one, or I can use both. And another thing I decided on was I was really thinking over this porta potty thing, and I did kind of try it, and I feel like I'm so attached to the fact that it was a good idea in my mind, I guess, but in reality, I think that with my health conditions, I don't want to get into much detail, but sometimes I need the potty like immediately when I'm driving. So I started to feel like I need to be more realistic about how often I'm going to want to stop and set it up, right? So anytime I go on any trip that's more than a couple hours away, yeah, I mean, usually if I go to Sacramento to see my kids, there's enough places to stop on time, in time. But anything beyond that, I'm going to end up using my old potty system. So this potty system that I work so hard on, I guess that's what I'm attached to, is I work so hard to develop this system. And the more I think about it, like the cassette toilet's okay, but I feel like, well, what if it's cheap and when I'm on the road and I go to use it, it breaks? Or that, and the bottle system, I tested it out in the house, and it's more complicated than it seemed like it was going to be. And that means that's not going to work. And as soon as I use the number 2 bucket, I'm not going to be able to fold it up. I mean, yeah, I can wrap up the bag, and so then I have to put it all away. I have to clean it all, put it all away every time I use it, if I want to put it away. And then I know me, I'll end up not putting it away. And it'll end up being out most of the time. And what's the point? I could have just used what I had already. And that was working. It was working really well. So it's one of those, like, don't fix what's not broken. I just wanted something more compact and out of the way, but I'm thinking I just need to just have my potty, and as soon as I go on any trips, just put it in the van and have it be out and ready. I always had that ready to go anytime. I didn't have to worry about planning on setting it up or putting it away. So I think I'm scrapping that whole idea. What I am going to do is hang on to it for an emergency situation in the house, if, something happens and I need an extra toilet, water gets shut off again, and I need a compost toilet, that'll work. So I think that's what I'll hang on to it for. I was keeping the old potty system for that reason, but I think I'll just switch them out. So I'll show you that. Not the whole thing, but. Okay, so there is my old potty. And you see it's much taller. I'm also thinking maybe I should move my ice chest and put the potty where the ice chest is. So it's clean, you can see that this is my potty system. So I want to recover the lid with some contact paper. I'll probably match it. I'll probably put the marble stuff on it, maybe. The sides are okay. But, so there's my number 2 bucket, and it's shaped so that the bottle can go in and out. And there's a big jug, an old orange juice jug. I can put the funnel inside the jug. It fits perfectly right here. So I can do number 1 and number 2. So 2, 1, and it's separated. And so that is going to be my, I need to put another, one of the gray bags in here. So I need to sort of set it back up, but I had cleaned it out, so that's sort of the base, the way it's sort of set up when I'm just storing it. But I should, when I get ready to go on a trip, I'll get it all set up with extra bags and stuffing and all of that. And then it'll be ready to go. I just had to figure out where the best place will be for it to live. I'm kind of bummed now because it used to live in there. I don't know what else I would do with my water. Because I have this whole setup. But I really like this, and pulling the toilet thing in and out was wearing out these legs here. And so I didn't want to do that anymore. So we'll have to figure out a new way, and I won't be able to film it because I'm going to be right here. So I'll show you what I come up with. So just temporarily to see what it looks like. Put the ice chest there. Not really even, which I would like it to be because it could also be a seat. But that's not as important. So then that fits right under that organizing thing. And I just can turn it around and pull it out when I need it. And it can, so right now I won't keep it in here, but when I get on the road, I can put it right there, have it all ready to go, and just come in, turn it around, use it, close it back up, and put it back under there. And I'll probably bungee it in somehow. I had to get this idea because sometimes this lid doesn't stay closed. I might do the same thing with that. That might actually work. If I can find 2 more of those little hooks, I can do that to close it. Because, you know, you'd hate for it to go, or to keep it tied to there. Just need 1 more actually. So I will be back to show you what I come up with. Okay, so I was able to, I put a towel underneath in the back. It's actually sitting up on the towel a little bit. That's okay. I pulled the dog's pillow. It's also a way that I can slide in and out if I need to be stealthy. I can still slide across there to get into here without getting out of the van. And I was able to hook that up, so that'll stay. And this is bungeed into the van, into the seat. So this will stay put. This will stay put until I need to use them for their actual purposes. So, you know, once I'm camped, I can unhook those, turn that one around, have it ready to go. I have my sink sitting here just as a place to keep it for right now. And I have to clean up my messes here. And then I'm done. I just have this towel here because, so when I'm coming in and out, I'm not tracking dirt in here. And also, when I go for my food bank hauls, which you should check out those videos, I have to put my little rolling cart in here. With the wheels are always dirty from the the patio, so I just put it on the towel so it doesn't get the carpets dirty. Because I already washed those. And that's that little mirror that I had up here. I used the towel to go under the ice chest. And I decided I don't need a mirror hanging here. I have a little handheld mirror in there. So when I need to use a mirror, it's right there. I can just set it up on the counter. So that's fine. I don't need a bunch of mirrors. I mean, you know, there's a mirror there. There's mirrors in the visor. I don't really need a bunch of mirrors, extra ones. So that's gonna go out. Donate it. Oh, and I forgot to show you. So I moved this power bank right here because that's actually where I'm gonna need it. This is gonna be my little power bank for at night, just to keep cell phones charged and things going. My little pouch, which I can put other things in. I'm thinking I might be able to just put the cell phones in there. I have 2 of them when I travel, so I can have those handy right there. And everything's all cleaned up. Just have to empty out my little trash. It got kind of full. And I moved that, just put the sink in there for now. All those containers will be holding food and stuff when I go on the road. So, that's it. All spiffied up. I have to get my other black and white rug back from my friend Shelly. I spilled some water on it. Showing her this thing, I dropped the spout and it spilled water on it. So she hung it up to dry at her place, and then I will probably get it this weekend. I have another rug that I was using. That's why the towel's there. I had a rug. It got a little bit wet too. And I don't like to have anything wet inside the van. So those are drying out at her place. And probably this weekend I'll pick those up, put them back in here, and it'll be all good to go. And I'm pretty sure, well, I was going to say that concludes my Vanlife makeover, but I think I'm going to fix up this toilet thing and share that with you too. So that'll probably be fairly soon at the end of this video. Okay, so this is what the potty will look like when it's ready to go. This needs to be stuffed back down here. This basket has a black liner like this one around the whole basket, because it's a wire basket, not solid. Then it has a bag in it with one of these pads and just a little bit of the sawdust pellet stuff, just in case there's a leak. And then there's 3 of these gray bags with the pads with like a whole cup of the pellet absorbent stuff. And then then I push the bottle back down in there where it fits. This is actually what's inside this box, and you can't see it because it's all covered with plastic bags for extra in case it leaks. But this is an old cat litter bucket, and I like the shape. And then I put pool noodles. And I'm probably going to replace those soon, but they seem to be doing okay. They kind of broken in a few places, but it still gives me enough cushion. I'm not on there very long, so still enough cushion. And if I have to, I can get some more. They don't really sell pool noodles in California anymore. So what I have to get is pipe insulation, which is actually a little sturdier. So eventually I'll replace these pads with some insulation to create the soft seat. And then I still have to see if I can get the sticker off. I might put the same contact paper that the kitchen has on it, that wood grain. Well, we'll see. And then I'm going to put the marble on the top. And you see I cut these. These are big pads, and puppy pads, and I just I cut them in half and use them each half, so it saves money on those too. Oh, and then I put that extra piece because, you know, when you're using it, there's condensation comes up. So a lot of times what I'll do is, well, that's what I'm going to be doing, is always put a piece of this over so it will absorb whatever condensation, so it's not, you know, all over the lid, and I'm not always having to wipe the lid. There. Now the toilet has its own new look to match the other patterns in the van. And it's just gonna live right here until I'm ready to use it.